Welcome to the Cool Beans podcast. I'm your host, Beans, joined here today by my co-host, Suds.
Hello, everybody.
And, this is our first episode of the Cool Beans podcast. We don't exactly know what we're doing here, but you know what? We're here anyways.
We're gonna go through it. We're gonna, we're really winging it. We've been trying to get ourselves composed for the past don't know how long. But I feel like we're at finally a point where we can actually talk and not break down in laughter.
We can actually, yeah, exactly. But yeah, so chances are most of you guys have no clue who we are, and so why don't we start by introducing ourselves? Why don't you introduce yourself first, Suds?
Alrighty, well, I am Suds. I'm not a super interesting person. I enjoy playing video games. I like computers, technology. That's actually the reason that Beans and I became friends in the beginning, through our loves of computers. And I watch TikTok a lot, probably a little bit too much, but it's it's an addiction, really.
It certainly is.
That's just all the videos you just scroll through and instant gratification. I mean, that's all TikTok is.
I mean that's how Vine was back in the day, you know?
Yeah.
TikTok's just following in its footsteps, except I feel like TikTok is like
TikTok is a lot broader than Vine.
Exactly.
Vine, I feel like, was very limited in the sense of what content people made. With TikTok, it's literally anything that you want.
Yeah. Yeah, like, you have people who do funny skits just like from Vine, and, that's perfectly fine. And then you have some people that do more educational content, and that's great, because you're not restricted by these 6-second videos, which... Didn't Vine do, 1-minute videos, towards the end of its lifespan? Or did I just, read that from some, TikTok comment and believed it?
No idea. I don't think they did. I think they kept with the 6-second video. But I know Instagram created their videos originally when Vine became popular.
Oh, yeah. So, Instagram originally did 12 seconds, exactly double what Vine did.
Exactly.
Which
they originally did 12 seconds.
Is obviously a dig at Vine. That was very much a dig towards Vine.
Well, Instagram has a history of stealing ideas. I mean, they did
well, of course,
the videos, which when Vine was popular, that's what they did. They did videos, and then Snapchat started getting popular, and Instagram was like, "Yo, let me buy you." Snapchat said no, and they're like, "All right, stories." TikTok getting popular. We have this fancy new thing called Reels now. That all the people are going to use it is repost TikToks.
Yep.
So, anyways, we got a little sidetracked. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, so I am Bean, sometimes known as BeanSticky. That's my full in-game username. But so just like Suds here, I'm not exactly an interesting person. I don't have a whole ton going on in my life, I'm just sitting here playing games and
You're just enjoying life the way that
I'm just vibing with life. Life doesn't have to be complicated. Life doesn't need drama. All you need is video games, music, TikTok, and
that's
friend. At least one friend.
A friend? Yeah.
I feel like if you don't have any friends...
You don't have any friends, you suck.
He doesn't actually mean that, I promise.
No,
he's just he's just Suds.
All jokes, everybody.
All jokes. We're all joking here. For the most part. I mean, when I said Suds was a dumbass, that wasn't really a joke. He might think so. He likes to think he isn't a dumbass, but...
No, I know I'm a dumbass.
Oh, that's good.
That's just accepted fact at this point.
At least he's self-aware. That's good.
I've become sentient of my condition. Sentient.
But yeah, so in case you guys didn't know, Cool Beans is kind of a brand that we have put together. So my full username is BeanSticky, and Suds here is CoolManSuds. So of course we took Cool and Beans from both of our names, and genius.
Well, originally that wasn't the name. We were not smart.
We don't talk about that.
we 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 were not smart in the beginning of the Cool Beans. And what was it? It was like CoolManSticky or some,
we
some
so, so we
or
have
something like that.
BeanSticky and CoolManSuds, and we decided, oh yeah, CoolManSticky. CoolManSticky.
It's a great name. And then somebody was just like, why don't you just call it Cool Beans? And we're like, man, that's a really good idea. We
The
should've-
light bulb just went off in our minds, and we were just like, bro,
Oh.
Cool Beans. We're so fucking stupid.
Just a little bit. But yeah, that's the original. That was the original
That's-
name.
That's yeah. Thank God we figured that one out, or someone figured that one out for us. Otherwise, that would be kind of stupid.
A little bit. CoolManSticky doesn't have the same ring to it as Cool Beans.
Yeah, but yeah. So me and Suds here have actually we go back quite some time. We've been playing games together
What was it,
for
4 years now?
4 years. Has it been 4 years? Yeah.
Either 4 or 5 years, something like that.
So we actually met on a Discord server. So we don't like live in the same area. We're not like real life friends. We actually met online on a Discord server. Me and Suds here are both pretty avid PC like enthusiasts. And so we were part of a Discord called PC Gaming 101, which I don't know if you guys know it, is a Instagram account. I don't know if the Instagram account is still around. I think it is.
It's still up, yeah.
Just not under the same ownership. But so there was PC Gaming 101 Instagram account, which basically posted anything like, PC gamer related. It was the kind of like, like PC Chad versus console peasant type of
Yeah, exactly.
account.
PC it was a very PC Master Race account.
Yeah.
And, people submitted either their builds, like pictures of their builds, or they found it on Reddit, or did little
or just
reviews.
memes.
Or just memes, exactly. It was really an all-around community. It was a pretty big Instagram account, too. It was, over 100,000 followers?
At the time,
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But so, that Discord server hosted game nights. Not super often, but there were occasionally some game nights, and so that's kind of how Suds and I here met, was through those game nights. I think we were playing. What were we playing?
I don't remember. I think the first game that we ever played together was Minecraft. I think I saw people in a voice channel, and I joined, and you were there with a few other people, and we played Minecraft. I think it was Turf Wars or something on Mineplex.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was that, and we and then from that this was, oh, I can put a date on it. This was the summer that PUBG got really big.
Ah, yes, I remember that.
So
PUBG, gotta love that game.
yeah, so that really dates of when we started, really met. So we started playing PUBG a lot together, and I would Discord message him, and one day he was like, I'm playing with a few friends right now, but I can invite you to our Discord server, and you can play with us. And I was like, oh yeah, sure, just send me the invite, and they sent me the invite, and immediately I realized that this is, a very, just a private friends-only server. And so I was like, oh, well, I was just expecting to play with you guys and then just get kicked after, and I'd probably play with you a few more times after that, but I never ended up getting kicked until way quite a bit after.
You ended up getting kicked because we started moving on to like a different server. We kind of became like really inactive on that like friends Discord. So, you got kicked for at least like a okay reason. It wasn't just like, oh, like you actually became like part of our friend group, even though like the rest of us were all real life friends.
Yeah, you guys went to school together, and I was just some kid in a different state.
We accepted you in, and well, ever since, Suds and I here have just been talking like nearly every day. People don't believe it, but when I say we talk to each other and play games with each other every day, I really mean it.
We mean every single day.
Obviously, we have some days where like we'll have homework, or we'll have stuff to do, or we're out of the house where, we're not playing games together. But like for the most part, almost every day we're playing games with each other.
Yeah, it's not even like we'll sit down for an hour and that's it. Like, it's currently 2 in the morning right now. We're recording this. And we got on call, I think around 8.
I think so.
At night.
Yeah, so it's currently, like you said, 2 o'clock, and we got on call around 8 o'clock. So we've been in this call for a while, and then we were just like, hey, we should record an episode for the Cool Beans podcast.
What's a better setting for a podcast than 2 in the morning when we're sleep deprived and have work that we should be doing?
Yeah, it's prime podcasting time.
Exactly.
All the experts do it this way.
Homework? No. Podcast at 2 in the morning.
Podcast at 2 in the morning. Good 8 hours of sleep? Nah.
No.
We don't need that. We don't do that here.
We're gamers. We don't need sleep. Everybody knows that you don't need sleep if you're a gamer.
Exactly. But yeah, we're starting to stray a little bit off topic. So Suds and I have, after I invited him to my like friend group's Discord, we would play games quite a bit. We first started playing PUBG and a little bit of Minecraft here and there. But PUBG was kind of the main game. Until later, when we started getting sick of PUBG, when everyone started getting sick of PUBG.
Right.
We started playing Rainbow Six Siege. My friend introduced me to that game, and that's when I bought it. Did you buy it after me, or did you buy it before me?
No, we
got it on the same time.
It was one of them that had the game, and it went on sale, and then the rest of us bought it the same day, and we all played it for the first time the same time. Man, we played the absolute crap out of that game.
We really did. That became our like main game that we would play almost every day, and I'm surprised we didn't get sick of it sooner, because we played that for like what, a year? More than a year, probably. Probably more than a year.
I mean, granted, I don't have a lot of hours on it, but in the context of at the time, I only played video games on the weekend. So in that context, I have a lot of hours in it, but in the grand scheme of things, I have friends who have multiple thousands of hours in Siege that, I think I have 400 hours in Siege, which at the time when I played it a lot, I only played on the weekends. So
I'm surprised we didn't get sick of Rainbow sooner, because we poured way too many hours into that game. We would play it almost every single day, and it got to a point, there came a point where we were just like, all right, we're done with this game. But that moment didn't come till like a couple more than a year.
Yeah, it was more than a year, which I don't know how. I mean, listen, it is a good game, but there was a short amount of time towards the end of when I was playing it that I took it extremely seriously in like a competitive standpoint. So it's like it kind of sucked a lot of enjoyment out of the game. So when I look at, like, just think about the game now, I'm just kind of like, but there's nothing. I mean, the game, it's a well-made game.
I mean, yeah, it's, Ubisoft makes good games, and Rainbow is an example of one of those games. Whatever you might think of the game, with like any issues it might have, balancing issues or whatever, it is still a great game. Very well made game. But, it's just surprising that we played it for so long and didn't get sick of it until like just recently. Like I'd say like a little bit towards the end of last year.
I want to say it was like, yeah, maybe. I think it was more like end of summer last year.
So, I mean, that sounds like a long time ago, which now that I'm thinking about it, it is kind of a long time ago, but, this year's kind of just been like one big blur.
Yeah.
But, so we've definitely had to find different games to substitute it. Nowadays, Suds and I play all kinds of different games. We'll basically play whatever we can like find.
Yeah, just any game that we can just shut our brains off and just listen to music and
play.
Have a good time.
Yeah, a lot of times we'll just sit in like a Discord call with like one of those Discord like music bots, and we'll just listen to music and play games. I mean, just recently we finished playing a game called Broforce, which is a great game.
It's a very fun game.
Hilarious game to just sit down and play with your friends. If you want a game to play with like some friends that is just dumb fun, play Broforce. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, we laughed a lot with that game. I mean, it was a really funny game.
We really did. But yeah, so even though, we started playing online, we actually met each other for the first time last year, April of last year, right?
No, it was February of last year.
February of last year, that's right.
Yeah.
So that was...
Yeah, I was just looking at pictures of that just yesterday, I'm pretty sure. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, so... keep in mind, Suds and I, we've been talking for, many years at this point. We've been playing games for quite a while, and, so Suds decided to take a trip down to the state that I live in, and, we, definitely had a good time.
Yeah.
I remember the first moment that like I met, or like the first time I like met Suds, I just like saw him, and it's such a surreal moment. Like I still remember it so vividly, where it's like I saw you and I was just like, it feels like you've been my like real life friend for so long, yet you haven't been.
It's an interesting relationship because people that you meet online and you become close with, the only thing that you do is talk. Bean and I, we talk every day. And when we say we talk on hours on end, just to each other. And so, if you ever meet that person in real life, like Bean and I have, yeah, it's a little awkward in the beginning because, like, we're just, at least I was going like, holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was like, what is going on right now? Like, what am...
Little bit of context. So the day that Suds came over, me and like the friend group that I invited him to, the Discord that I invited him to, me and that friend group decided that we would go laser tagging when Suds got here. So here, like, me and all my friends who we've been friends for pretty long time, and this random guy from the internet shows up, this, I gotta imagine it was pretty overwhelming for you to just meet all of us at once.
It was incredibly overwhelming. In the car ride over to the laser tag place, I I didn't talk. I just sat there and just really kind of was just like, it was incredibly overwhelming for just this experience.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like, obviously I wasn't overwhelmed because I wasn't meeting like 5 new people all at once, but you know, it's there's something about it where it just felt so surreal. It felt so like
Yeah.
it felt like a dream, kind of, where it was like
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't believe that I was actually meeting you in real life.
Yeah, it's definitely very weird in that sense. Like, man, like I'm actually these people that I've talked to for I don't know how long. I've gotten to know them. I'm now meeting them in real life, and I mean, it was very overwhelming for me in the beginning, and then I got comfortable and we started having a good time, and you know, that was that. It wasn't like that through the whole thing where I was just awkward the entire time.
I guess a little context. Suds and I are both 18, so when we met, it was like, you know, obviously we're still like under like, you know, our parents' supervision. So imagine having to explain to your parents like, hey, there's this guy over the internet that I've been talking to for, you know, a couple years, and you know, we've been friends for quite a while, and you know, I want to go meet them. You know, it's a pretty bizarre scenario. I'm sure it's
scenario.
I'm sure it's a very scary scenario for parents. I gotta imagine your parents were like, huh.
My mom was a little like, and I will not forget my dad's reaction. I told him, and I told him about you, and then it's like, man, like, you know, I would really like to go visit, and he just goes, okay.
Gotta love the dad reaction of just like, all right. I mean, sounds cool.
Yeah, that was his reaction. I was like,
it's always the mom that's like, no, like, don't, stranger danger. These are people that you met
Right.
over the internet. They could be pedophiles. But like,
Right.
I mean, was I a pedophile when you met me?
yeah.
Stop recording. Stop recording. Listen.
Can't say that.
Told you not to like tell them.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, so like, so you know, it's so bizarre because I remember like telling my parents. So you told your parents like about me, like, you know, way before we even
you like kept on forgetting to tell your parents, and I'm like, dog,
Yeah,
I'm coming to visit. You need to tell your parents.
So Suds told his parents about like me and, you know, all of us way before like he even thought about coming to my state.
Yeah.
Where you know, I was always afraid of my parents' reaction to like, hey, there's this guy on the internet that I met that, you know, I'm friends with him. I'm like best friends with him. We talk every day, you know, because I remember back when I was in like 4th grade, I would talk to people. I would be playing Minecraft, talking to people on Skype that I had no clue who they were. And my parents, when they found out that I was doing that, they actually got like really protective, and they were like, nope, no more Skype for you. And like eventually I talked them back into letting me use Skype. But you know, it's one of those things where it's very much been like engraved in my mind, where like stranger danger type of thing. You know, I shouldn't be talking to this random person over the internet. But honestly, that whole like thing that parents tell you where like, oh, like, you know, if you're talking to someone over the internet, they very much could be a pedophile. Where although that's true, it is very, very unlikely nowadays. Now, don't get me wrong, it still is a problem.
And it's a very serious problem, but
it is a very serious problem, but it's certainly not as prevalent as parents may make it out to like seem.
I mean, I do want to say just on this subject, like, you know, whoever you are talking to, just even in general, be careful on the internet. There are weirdos out there. Just always be careful. You know, the chances of you meeting a weirdo, it's slim, but they're there. You know.
They are very much certainly there, and they're in every community. So yeah, like he said, just be careful. I mean, obviously, like Suds and I have like
It worked out for us.
yeah,
But
Suds and I would like add each other on like Snapchat, and then we'd like we knew what each other looked like. It was very obvious to the both of us that like neither
there was
of
nothing
us were
going
like
on.
yeah, we weren't like some child predators. We were just normal fucking like teenage boys that just wanted to play video games with each other. And so, eventually, I going back to the topic that we were on before, I remember I told my parents about you like literally like a week before you came
Yeah.
because like I said, I was just so afraid of their reaction. But, I had to because I knew you were coming, and I had to tell them. I mean, we were going to go out and go do stuff together, so obviously they needed to know. But they were actually just like, oh, nice. And of course they gave me like the whole like, oh,
You gotta be careful. And
well, of course. They were like, oh, he's not like child predator, is he? And I'm like, I am 99.9% sure he is not. If he is, well, he's doing a really good job.
yeah.
But yeah, so like, they seemed like a little weirded out by it at first, but overall they were pretty chill about it. They weren't like super like, no, you can't be hanging out with him. They were just like, all right, just like, let us know, and we'll be sure to like anytime you guys meet, we'll be sure to be there as well. That way we know that you're safe. And so of course, you showed up to my doorstep, which you showed up to my doorstep. Were you alone? Because your parents weren't there. I didn't.
No, my parents dropped me off because my parents came to visit with me because obviously they also wanted to make sure that nobody was a pedophile.
Of course.
And so they came with me, and when I think my parents talked to your mom, I don't know. I don't remember, honestly.
I just remember because I don't think I saw your parents like that day.
I honestly don't remember.
Or no, I think I saw them at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
But I think at the beginning it was like you were just,
I knocked on the door.
Like,
and
yeah, you just kind of. No, you didn't even knock on the door. We saw you coming, so we left like the house. We were ready to go in the car and pile up in my mom's minivan and head to the laser tag place, which great experience, being all cramped in a minivan.
Yeah.
But so like
with 5 new people that
I just remember walking out the door and seeing you in person. I was just like, holy shit, you are real.
Yeah,
You're not
we
just on
we
like
didn't
a
really
camera.
talk to each other until we got to the laser tag place because you were in the front seat and I was in the back.
Yeah.
And like we didn't talk to each other. The only thing that we had said was, "Hey."
Yeah.
That was it. Then we got into the car.
Yeah. It was yeah. I mean, I feel like that awkwardness is pretty normal, especially with like people our age. Because keep in mind, we were like what, 16 or 17.
I was
And,
I was 16.
Yeah.
So you're probably like what, 15?
No, I'm pretty sure I was 16 too. That around around that time, around February, I would have been the same age as you.
Yeah.
But so we were pretty young, so I feel like that awkwardness is just kind of normal for kids our age.
Right. And especially since like how you have this person that and all of a sudden like, man, they are real. They are right in front of me. Like it's a very if you've been in the same position that we're in, that you meet online friends, then you completely understand where we're going. But it's very overwhelming. Especially in my position where I met 5 online friends at the same time.
Yeah.
So.
But it's one of those things where you kind of quickly get over that like awkwardness.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, I mean, we were in laser tag, so it's like we're we're doing real, like, first-person shooter in real life.
They added first-person shooters in real life.
Yeah, so, you know, it was, I think that was a great experience, doing laser tag as our first thing. At the laser tag place, there was this place that sold wings, like, you know, hot wings. And, oh, dude, yeah, you can tell Suds,
Oh my god.
Suds loves that. Yeah, I remember we were kind of getting tired from the laser tag place. So the laser tag place gave us, what, like 4 hours?
Yeah.
I think it was, yeah. So we got a 4-hour session. And so halfway through that session, we left the place to go to this wing shop. And we got these wings, and we, you know, we ate these wings.
So
Let
good.
me tell you, best wings I've ever had.
To this day,
we
over like almost 2 years since this is the end of the year, almost 2 years, I still crave those wings, and I want to go back.
Unrivaled.
I don't even know what the place is called.
I don't remember what the place was called either, but I just remember it was bomb. So Suds ordered honey barbecue wings, and me being me, I've always been kind of like, yeah, I don't like to take risks when it comes to like food. I want to make sure that my food's good. I don't want to be the one guy that orders like something different and then hates it and has to be like, can I have some of yours? So I ordered the same thing as Suds, and let me tell you, I do not regret it whatsoever. Those were delicious.
That entire trip, well, every time we've hung out, you've done the exact same order that
I do the exact same order. So we went to a pretty fancy restaurant
for brunch.
Yeah, and no, the restaurant, not brunch.
Oh, the restaurant.
And
right, yeah.
So I like I said, it's a pretty expensive restaurant, and so I didn't want to like take a risk because I didn't want to waste like someone else's money because I wasn't the one paying because I'm 16. You think I have money? So Suds was like, oh, I'm gonna get the filet mignon petite.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. And I remember when we got it, see, me being like the ignorant like 16-year-old I was, like I didn't know like how big a filet mignon was, or a petite filet mignon was. So I was like, it comes out on the plate and it's just tiny.
It's small, but the thing is, like, it was very nice. It was a beautiful piece of meat. But the thing is, my reasoning behind it was because, like, I didn't live there. I don't have like a fridge or home to take this to.
Yeah.
I can't have leftovers. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna get the small one. I will eat it all, and I won't no leftovers. Like,
and
that's
so
just.
My reasoning was kind of just like, like, obviously I was copying Suds as I do with food orders, but it was I was just like, it's small. First of all, I don't want to overeat. I don't want there to be leftovers because it's so expensive. I feel like if I had leftovers, it would be rude.
Yeah, just wasting food.
So I wanted to make sure it was small. The nice thing about it, though, filet mignon, like that like cut of meat was just so like so beautiful. Good, because a lot of times really like my dad will he cooks a ribeye steak on the grill, like probably once a week or every other week, and it's one of those things where the difference between a filet mignon and a just like ribeye is there's a big difference, because a ribeye steak, just like a normal like cut of ribeye steak, probably like the cheaper, because I think you can get like USDA choice, because we get our steaks from Costco, so you can get like the USDA like normal shit, and then you can get like the premium shit.
The choice
that has So we always get like the cheaper stuff, but still very good steaks, but it's a lot more like fatty. Where the cut of filet mignon that we got is very just like, it's not like rubbery. It's all lean meat. It was so good.
It was very good.
But yeah, so man, going back to when we went to laser tag, I remember when we got back from the wings place, we did a couple more games of laser tag, and then so at the laser tag place there was this arcade, and there was this it was a game. Oh, God, what was it? It was Space Invaders. It was a Space Invaders like shooter where you basically like you sit in like this like seat. There's a like giant gun in front of you, and you shoot like at the screen at the little like Space Invaders guys. So Suds and I would we'd grab our tokens and we'd try it, and first try beat the high score.
Yeah, we got the high score and like all the lights went off.
Yeah. And so you get 500 tickets for beating the high score. And so we did that, and we were like, oh, 500 tickets. And so then we were like, that wasn't our best run. I think we can do better. So we did it again, beat our high score once again. Another 500 tickets. We cashed those out on one item. Warheads. Warhead Extremes.
We got, 51 warheads? Something like that?
Yeah, so we had, I think we got a total of like 1,500 tickets, right? Somewhere.
We got, hold on, I can pull up the picture. 1,029 tickets.
1,029 tickets. So we cashed all those out on Warhead Extremes, and it was funny because we gave the little voucher to the guy at the desk, and we weren't gonna make him count out like 51 warheads, so he just grabs like a little baggie and he just like takes like handfuls and starts just filling up the bag until the bag was like all the way full. And there could have been less than 51 in there, or there could have been more than 51 in there, and we wouldn't have cared. It was just entertaining to see him just like, man, just filling
really
up the thing. There's things on the wall behind him, like there's like a fucking Xbox One behind him that you could win for like an absurd amount of tickets. Like we didn't have that many tickets, but there's all kinds of things that we could have like saved up for, but no. Warhead Extremes.
Honestly, worth it purchase.
Was it? Because last I recall, you told me you left it in like a bag, and they're just.
I left it in my car, and they kind of fused with the wrappers.
Yeah, that happens when you leave something in a hot car.
So I ended up just throwing it away.
Yeah, but it still made for a very entertaining like night.
Yeah, it was very entertaining.
I remember we went home that day and waited for everyone's parents to pick them up and played some piano, because Suds here knows a little bit of piano, and
just a little bit.
Play a little bit of that. Just we were just having fun. So I have this like weird like thing that I got for like Christmas. The Christmas like obviously before that, I got this it's like it's supposed to be tennis, but it's basically like a little projector that projects a little circle onto your wall, and you have this like racket that you swing towards the light, and as long as you like were kind of close to it, it would hit the like ball and swing over to the other side of the room. It's the strangest like thing, and it worked not very well. It did not work.
It did
like
not
at all.
Work.
It didn't work. Let's just say that it didn't work. But we just sat there like swinging the fucking racket around like absolute apes, and just laughing our asses off. It's it's such like simple things like that that just makes like fond memories, you know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I that's what I was saying. I was just looking at the pictures that I had from that trip, and I was like, man, it's been over a year ago. Like, I just don't believe it. It's just like, man, I look back and it's creating memories that I'll remember for the rest of my life.
I remember we were we were at Target, and so you know how Targets have Starbucks in them. So Suds,
You're gonna bring this up.
Suds got me like, or not got me hooked. Definitely not got me hooked. But he was telling me about a little thing that he likes to call a hydro whip. Would you like to explain what a hydro whip is?
Okay, so Hydro Whip is a revolutionary Starbucks drink. All right, it's not on the menu, but if you ask for a cup of water, which is free, and you ask for whipped cream on said water, which is also free, you can get a free drink from Starbucks. So it's just water with whipped cream on top, and you don't pay a dime for it. And it's something that like my friends and I just started doing as a joke. And when I went to go visit Bean, I was like, man, I'm gonna get you a Hydro Whip. And he had already heard about the Hydro Whip. He's like, I'm not ordering a Hydro Whip. And I'm like, no, I'll order it for you. I don't care. I remember him like grudgingly going to the counter with me.
Awkwardly standing in line with you.
He was so uncomfortable when I ordered, hey, I would like a water with whipped cream on it.
I do actually, I'm pretty sure, have the audio. If I do find the audio, here you go.
Yeah, this is gonna sound really strange. Can I get water, no ice, with whipped cream on top? 2 of those, please.
That it?
Yes.
Right. You guys pranking someone, or is like, is this
No, this
something
is the thing.
This is something he orders in California.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
Yeah. So hopefully I found the audio. Otherwise, this little part here that we're talking is going to be very awkward. But yeah. So it was just, dude. It was. I felt so awkward because I mean I'm gonna be honest here. I'm a very like awkward person.
And me, I have no problems with.
Suds has no like filter. He just doesn't care.
I just do things,
Yeah,
whether it
he
be in
just-
public or in private. I don't care. Like
he does not care, and it's I mean it's definitely entertaining, but you know with something like ordering something like a Hydro Whip, I just these are Starbucks baristas that like I might see again because this is my state. They're never gonna see you again. They're never gonna know you or who you are. They're never gonna like remember you, but they might remember me. So I was just like, I don't want to do this. This is a fucking stupid idea. But so we get the Hydro Whips. Don't get it. I don't recommend it.
I highly recommend. It's
the whipped cream like sits on the top of the water and just kind of like sits there. When you start drinking it though, it starts soaking into the water, making the water just like foggy white.
It's
so
amazing.
Then the water like tastes just weird. The water just tastes weird.
It's a great drink that I feel like everybody. You don't pay any money for it. It's great. I mean, you get hydrated, and you get dessert at the same time. I mean, what's not to love about that?
A lot of things.
I think
like the drink and the dessert start combining. And when they combine, they're not good.
Listen, if Reese's cereal, that makes the morning time epic, okay? I'm making hydration epic. With
No.
with
Are you gonna make a Hydro Whip cereal now?
just water and
How would
it's just
You
like
just look-
hard
you just
like
look
whipped
on the-
cream.
You look on the
And-
box, you look at the ingredients, 2 ingredients, water,
and whipped cream.
whipped cream.
No. What it is? It's like whipped cream puffs, and the instructions are like how
Add
on
water. So instead of
sometimes-
milk,
it's water.
you add water. Ah, there you go. Hydro Whip cereal, everyone. $1 million idea. You
so
can
sorry,
take anyone who's listening. You can take the idea. I don't want it.
No, I'm patenting it right now.
No.
You can't. I will sue your ass for my Hydro Bowl.
Hydro Bowl.
It's not the word. Hold on.
It's gotta
Name
have
pending.
Hydro Whip in there.
Yeah.
Name pending. There you go. What a great name. You just look at the box. Just says name pending on it.
Name pending.
Wow. Great. But yeah, so that's kind of like the summary of the first time we ever like met, and
Yeah.
just who we are. What we've been doing. We are kind of running out of time here, so we're gonna start closing up here. But yeah, so it's online friendships are certainly an interesting thing, and they're not always, they don't always work out. Don't get me wrong, like I've had many online friendships with like different people, many different types of people, and just a lot of these people I just don't talk to anymore. But sometimes you find those people like me and Suds that just you work so well together, and it doesn't matter that we live in a different state because, well, video games don't require being in person. We just load up and play, and it's kind of the beauty of it all. But you got anything you want to say before we close up?
Order a Hydro Whip.
Don't order a Hydro Whip. It's not worth it.
Order a Hydro Whip, and I want you to send a picture of it in our Discord.
Oh yeah, so if you guys want to join our Discord, you can go to coolbeans.pw/discord in any internet browser. Just type in coolbeans.pw/discord, and you'll be sent right to our Discord, and come hang out with us.
You can send me pictures of your Hydro Whips that I expect everybody to get.
No. So, yeah. We also have a Minecraft server in case any of you want to join. The IP is mc.coolbeans.pw. The port for my Bedrock users is 25565. You can join on either Java Edition or Bedrock Edition. And, yeah. Anyways,
I think that's it.
That is the conclusion to this
successful first episode.
Very odd first episode. I didn't expect us to get through it. It's
I didn't either. Especially with the bumps we had in the beginning.
The bumps we had in the beginning. We had a lot of trouble getting started. First of all, I had no clue how I was even gonna start the podcast, and then I kept messing it up. I kept calling myself BeanSticky, which, don't get me wrong, is my full username, but Bean is just
It's what
so
people
much
call you.
easier. It's what people call me. It's what I'm known by. Where you're known by Suds, not CoolManSuds. In fact, you've actually start transitioning out of the CoolManSuds name, and you start going by Suds, Sudsy Boy, all these different
Right.
fun little names. Really the only thing that you go by CoolManSuds in is Minecraft at this point. It's
No, it's my Steam username still.
Oh, yeah. So it is still your Steam username, but, people just know you by Suds. People know me by Bean, and it's just kind of how things are,
Exactly.
But, yeah, so...
Thank you everybody for listening to if
you are
you've
listening
gotten
still.
this far.
if you are this far, well,
if you've gotten this far, treat yourself
I'm sorry.
with Hydro Whip.
If you've gotten this far, I'm sorry. It's a little bit of a mess, but it's our mess.
Exactly.
That's all that
Hopefully, we'll
matters.
improve in coming episodes.
Yeah. But have a good one, everyone.
Goodbye.